Hey guys, welcome back to the pod. I'm with my
Welcome
boy
back.
Andrew. Andrew, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Good, I'm good.
Um,
Merry Christmas. Today's New
Merry
Year's
Christmas,
Eve.
everyone. Happy New Year in advance.
Yeah, Happy New Year,
Andrew, I
everybody.
guess Andrew, you're in Christmas colors. Yeah,
Yes,
let's manage my
decided
blue
to
today. I mean, blue.
actually,
Okay, blue is not a Christmas color. Right? It's red
yeah,
and
it's
green.
red and green. Actually,
White.
I have a Christmas thingy after now. That's why I just dressed up like this because I'm not even planning to change this from here. I'll just go.
Fair enough. I
Yeah,
think we're giving
family
our
stuff.
listeners. I think we're giving our listeners something.
Fuck our
Apparently
listeners.
not.
Sorry.
Nah, so I'm not. I don't stand with Andrew on that. So yeah, Andrew's alone with that. But yeah. So, anyways, let's get into the Premier League. Honestly, I just wanted us to just speak on everything going on with Premier League right now.
Mhm.
And my first question to you, Andrew, is this the title race. Who would you say
Man,
is in the title race as of today?
there's nothing like who's in. You can't. This is so funny because as a Chelsea fan, I know what you're trying to say.
No. Just
But
don't leave
there's
Chelsea fan out of this. Just
yeah,
yeah.
I understand. But there's nothing like who is in the title race. You don't declare the title race.
Okay.
If you're part of if you're close to the person that's first, you're officially in the title race. That's just how it is. There's no
Okay.
declaration of intent. Right, beginning of the season, maybe your intent was not to win the league or whatever. But there's teams that have started the league without planning to win the league, like Leicester
Yeah.
City, and they won the league. So would they say like when they won the league, they were not in the race? No,
Okay.
no, it
So let
doesn't
me
matter.
let
So,
me
in my
rephrase my
opinion, let
question.
me answer the question that you answered first. There's like three teams now that I would say are in the title race because I think City might not be able to, even if they fix up their self. I don't think they might be able to recoup and eventually make it. But mathematically and on the average, it's obvious that there's three teams that can win the league this season. It's not like maybe if you like don't be in the race or be in the race, but there's a possibility that three teams can win the league this season so
Okay.
far.
Okay. So let me rephrase my question. Do you think any team is, seeing how Liverpool is right now, do you think there's any other team that is currently up to the task of keeping up with Liverpool? Because
Definitely
yeah,
not. No, definitely not. There's no team. That's why they are first, right? Because like
yeah,
they've lost one game, won the rest, and drew two or three. So yeah, they're obviously there's no other team at the moment that has the same form as they have. But that's why it's football. We can't predict what happens at the end of the season from less than halfway through the season. You have to wait for things to play out and see what happens,
yeah.
right? So obviously, if I was to say the winner of the league right now, I'll go with Liverpool because right now they are the team that deserves it. So far, they've done the best in the
Yeah.
league. So yeah, but anything can happen still.
Yeah, and again, just to put into perspective, Liverpool they're 4 points on top right now.
In one
By the
game at
time you
hand.
guys see this video, that might have changed. And then they have one game in hand, to your point, right? And I feel right now the closest team to them is Chelsea, who are, you know, uh, I would say prior to the draw against Everton, Chelsea had won 7, 8 games in a row, right? And the reality of that is that's probably not sustainable, right? Liverpool too are on hot form. You can also argue that that's not sustainable as well. But if the teams right behind the league leading team, if they are playing their ass off right now, even Arsenal have also been on very good form, right? So it's like both teams have come out of Arsenal have won. They've not lost a game in the last I don't know last good since Odegaard came back. You guys have been on very good form. Like the results, the
I don't
results,
know. I don't
the results
know.
clearly states it. Okay, let me help
So
you.
when you say form,
Let
how
me help
many
you
games?
juggle.
How many games determine
Right.
form? 3 or 5?
No, 5+ games.
Okay, then it's not good form then if it's 5 because we haven't won 5 games in a row.
No, I don't mean winning 5 games in a row, but for instance, your last few games, you beat Crystal Palace, obviously. You drew against Everton,
Mhm.
right? Then you drew Fulham, you beat Man U, you beat West Ham, you beat Nottingham
That's
Forest.
all. That's 5. So 3 draws,
Yeah, so
2 wins.
so you
That's
drop
okay
points to
now.
Fulham.
3 draws. You
Okay,
know what?
okay,
See, 3 draws. actually, sorry for cutting you short, but
No,
I recently found out
two draws though.
two
Yeah,
draws is equals to is more than one L. Yes, now in one L you lose 3 points. In two draws you lose 4 points.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, those are two. Those are two. You're arguing two games versus one.
exactly.
But anyways, I think my point is just the fact that Chelsea and Arsenal haven't been playing bad, right? Like they've been playing very good,
Yeah, depending this.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
And despite that, they're both still considering if Liverpool win their game in hand, they are both still 7+ points,
yeah, yeah.
at least 7+ points away from Liverpool. So yeah, so it's just like it's hard for me to
No,
see
but
how.
like, so you're looking at it one way. I always look at these things this way because when Arsenal did that stupid charge 2 years ago against Man City, we were in a similar position, and the only thing that always kept me, thinking that okay, we might not win, was obviously experience. Secondly, was the fact that we're still going to play the people that are behind us, right? And those are the games that I feel like determine everything. So if you want to
Yeah,
close up a gap with someone, and the person is 6 points ahead of you, if you win that person, like that gap is nowhere to
yeah,
be seen anymore. So
yeah.
when you think about things that way, it's like okay, Chelsea would still play Liverpool. If Chelsea wins Liverpool, we're talking 7 points. 7 points would come down to 4. And let's say if Arsenal plays Liverpool and Arsenal wins Liverpool, that comes down to 1. It has already
But
blown
but,
up again.
but here's the
That is if
assumption.
they win. And
Here's the assumption you're making there,
if we
though.
win all our own and if they win all their
Okay,
own.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm not trying to put it on that grand
Yeah,
scheme.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
not still like when it's like +9, you can start to look at it like it's away from your hands because then you can't really do anything to save the league because like it doesn't, no matter how you win or lose against the winning team, it doesn't affect anything when it's more than 9. But when it's still like lower than 7 or 7 below or however the case might be, we still have, there's still possibility. That's why I say
yeah,
that mathematically, and it still looks like there's a decent chance of it switching. Well,
yeah. So and honestly, like I feel like that's why I can't disagree with anyone that says Chelsea's in title race because you're looking at it mathematically, which is like, yeah, you guys are second, you're 7 points behind, first. And if anything happens, you guys are the closest to take advantage of that. So again, I don't disagree from a mathematical standpoint, but obviously from a fan standpoint, I'm a Chelsea fan, right? And if someone tells me to put $1,000 on Chelsea to win the league, I'll tell you to give me the money because I don't think that's going to happen, right? And I think when I say, or when a lot of Chelsea fans say, "Oh, we're not in the title race," it's not more so like we're not in it in terms of like position and points. It's just more so Chelsea fans just knowing that we're not winning the league. You get what I'm saying? Like this team still has, they still have there's still a lot for them to learn as a team before they can actually be capable of like fighting for the league, right? And I think obviously when people are coming for Chelsea fans, either like seriously or not so seriously, it's more so like, okay, how can you guys see you're not in the title race, da 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 da. And I'm like, you guys just don't want to understand what that statement really means, right? But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. And I always say like everybody wants to win the league. Chelsea or Arsenal or Man City, the ones that, you get what I'm saying, like as a fan, you want to win the league. That's different from
as a player
if you
too.
think you get what I'm saying? Like
Is
that's
there any current
exactly.
Chelsea player that has won it?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say
I
there's
don't
any.
think.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone that has
Yeah, I
won
don't.
the league.
Maybe
So
Palmer.
obviously, oh
Palmer
yeah,
technically
maybe
has a
Palmer,
medal.
but obviously,
Yeah,
like the players there want to win the
yeah, they
league.
want to win
Like
it. Yeah,
so,
for sure. Right.
it's
So
a
it's
dream of
just
every
again, I
player.
think it's just more of a reality check where it's just like, more. I'm really ready for that, right? Because as we know, like season is not even halfway there. It's a marathon, right? So all those hiccups that will come along the way is your team equipped to face it. Do you
Yeah.
get? And yeah,
Talking
so
about hiccups, Saka's injury.
yeah, so that was the next thing I was going to, which is Arsenal, right? Like I feel like when I'm looking at the teams that are capable of challenging Liverpool, I would put Arsenal before Chelsea, despite Chelsea being in second place right now. I would have put Man City, but I feel like Man City have just been on such a bad form where it's hard for me to put them above Chelsea right now. Again, just looking at their form.
And also mathematically, like they've
Yeah,
dug
they're
themselves
falling,
into a
they're
deep
falling
hole.
behind right now. They're
Yeah.
currently they're currently what 8 points behind Chelsea,
Yeah,
right?
it's
So
not. It's not
yeah,
looking
and
good.
then but anyways, I think talking about Arsenal, like that Saka injury is definitely a huge blow. Um, how do you think that's going to affect your season if he's actually out till February?
I actually think this is crazy, but I think the injury came at the best time for him and for Arsenal. Because for okay, basically what I mean is we overuse Saka as a player. Like
I
he needs
agree.
a rest, obviously.
Yeah,
So it's good that it came now because in a couple weeks the window opens, right? So if Arsenal really wants to charge for the league or want to do something or find a way to fix something, they can loan a player, right? So it's not
yeah.
like he's leaving us at a time where there's no help, right? Also, what this is another factor that I've been really happy about, but I've been lucky. And nobody has been saying anything about it. AFCON is coming in January, right? I hope I'm correct because I know AFCON is in January.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you can let's confirm. I know there's
Yeah, I'm not
AFCON
sure.
coming up soon.
But yeah, I mean, we'll confirm that. But yeah, if that was that, probably caught me off guard.
Yeah, no one's talking about it, so I've been worried because I know
Well,
that
I
there's
mean,
AFCON coming, and when
it's
AFCON
just
comes,
yeah, I think you're right. You're correct.
yeah, AFCON is in January. And when AFCON comes, we would never know what will happen to a host of other teams that depend on African players for
Okay, no,
their
but I think
productivity.
it's at the end of the year, though. I believe. I think it's
End
at
of
the end
which
of the
year?
year. Like it's not. I don't think it's January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not
Cool.
January.
Okay,
It's end of the year.
end of 2025.
So end of 2025. Yes.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
that's probably why.
But okay, that aside then. But yeah, with regards to Saka's injury, is a good time. Arsenal, if Arsenal really wants to survive in this league and stay up there, they have to go out there and loan a player, loan a winger. There's a
Yeah.
bunch of wingers that are loan to buy. There's a bunch of wingers that are currently looking to change. So we can just do something about it. So it's sad that he's leaving, but I'm happy for him because he needs to get that rest. We overused him and but depend on him too much. We need to figure out
Yeah.
another outlet, right? So
Yeah.
it's okay. I think he will miss like in this December, he'll miss probably 2-3 games. That will be key. But it is what it is, man. As you said, you have to just
Yeah.
face those challenges and move on. I would like to see how Arsenal actually cope without
Saka.
a Saka for like 2 months. We've lost him for like a month or so before. I would like to see how we cope for like 2 months without him. I want to see what Ateta can do. And hopefully, things are good, but it'll be very interesting to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. I know. I'm in full agreement with that. I think I've always felt like Ateta uses Saka too much. So
He
it
even
might be.
plays Capital One games. He'll bring him on as bench.
Yeah.
Like just
So
let him rest now.
like I think if anything, if he plays out well for Ateta, it would be a blessing in disguise if he can actually figure out. Because at the end of the day, if you overly trust a player, you as long as they're available, you wouldn't take the risk of not using them. But now, if he's not available, then you don't have a choice than to try something else, right? And if it works, when Saka comes back, then he's more confident, resting him in certain cases where like, okay, this has worked for us when Saka isn't on the pitch. So when we want to rest Saka, we're going to play it this way and still be confident in the fact that we can win games and so on and so forth. So, that's best case scenario. And obviously, worst case scenario is you don't have Saka and Ateta doesn't seem to figure out how to
Yeah,
keep you guys, how to keep you guys in the title
trust
race
trust
in
me,
this
the
league.
Ateta that I know, he will just go and play Sterling there and just finish the season like that with Sterling. I can guarantee you that's what he will do. Right. But in an ideal world, if I was playing FM, I would literally just be happy and just go and wait for the window to open. Look for any winger that's on loan or loan to buy offer and just loan him and put
Yeah,
that
but
Martinelli away
you guys,
and just move on with my
not
life.
the one
But
like he will
Ateta
loan
does
and
not
loan.
care.
You already loan Sterling, right? So hopefully he doesn't loan another Sterling type player for you guys because
It's
that would
it's
be
fine.
silly.
No, it's fine to loan another Sterling type player. I'm okay because they can be shuffling. Because imagine having only Sterling as your only option. Nah,
You guys can
that's
come and
crazy.
try. Can come and try Modric, sure.
Does he play right?
Yeah,
Ain't
he
he
will
left?
manage. Yeah, he's left, so you manage.
No, they'll figure
uh,
it out. I think one area can stay there, but I don't think
yeah.
they can
But
play.
I don't think he
That's
trusts
why
that guy, man. Like, which is
it's too young. It's
surprising.
not that it's just too young, bro.
Yeah, but take a chance, like, because I feel like I've seen certain situations
17.
where you might as well take a chance on him.
Come on. 17. People are really acting like he's already old enough. 17-year-olds play they play a few minutes. They still have to go to school. They play a few minutes. It's just normal. It's just how it is, right? I think him already playing. He makes him play. He started a couple games for like the cup games, but he can't just give him full. That's even for him. I think it'll be too much pressure for the player himself. But
Yeah, but
but it
yeah.
is what it is, man.
Okay. Anyway, so to round this up, I would close it with Man City, and my question is, what do you think? What do you think is the issue at Man City? Like, if you had to pick one issue where, like, this is the problem,
Yeah.
what do you think it is? And do you think their season can still turn around? And when I say turn around, I feel like we all experienced Man City to an
No, no,
extent
no,
where
not this one, not
chill,
this one,
chill.
not
I,
this
I
one.
can't, I can't, I can't. Like, I can't just count them out. I've counted them out, but at the same time, like, I can't count them out if that makes any sense. But so when I say turn around, I don't really mean for them to win the league because I don't think they will. But
Hmm.
what do you think they can still do to have a very respectable season where, like, maybe they're still finishing top two, top three? You know, I feel like at this point they can still very comfortably finish top four. So, like, let's keep turn around to, like, what do you think Man City needs to do to still end up in top three this season?
See, what's going on with Man City, in my opinion, and I'll sound like a conspiracy theorist. I just feel like they're tanking it on purpose. This is like straight up. I just feel like they're tanking on purpose. This is because I've watched some games and I'm like, there's no reason for it to have passed that pass. And just been annoying. Like, and you know what? I think people don't even watch City games anymore. They're just like expecting to just see highlights or whatever. If you watch their games and watch them critically, these players are just doing whatever they like. And people are saying it's Guardiola's system. I've heard excuses of Guardiola's system. Um, Rodri out. I've heard injuries, all these things. Nah, it's not. It's not all of that because we've seen Guardiola use players even worse than all these players before. When he came to Man City, they had players like Mangala and all these weird guys, and they were able to still finish top three or be top four, which is his worst
Yeah,
position
but
ever.
that top
But they were
four,
not,
like, they
and they were
struggled that
not
season
having.
though.
No, that's fine. No, the way they are going, they played 11 games and won one. This has never happened in Guardiola's time frame. So it's not. I don't feel it's the players or anything. I just feel like they're just tanking on purpose. I don't know what's going on behind curtains, but it's clear. And then the fact that these players even come out and they're all doing the same signs, doing all the same symbols, like they're acting like they don't care. It's just like it's pushing me to be, because imagine you're on an 11 game like issue, like streak of bad, you'll be your head would be down. Like you'll be like, man, things have to.
No,
You'll see the ginger
but,
between the
but
players to
Andrew,
try to make things better.
but
These
think
players
about
don't
it
care.
though. Think about it though. Like, in the full context of things, I feel like I can almost understand why they won't, because at the end of the day, these guys have dominated Premier League for the last 6 years, right? If you're having an
Exactly.
off season, they probably would just be taking it as like, bro, man, I beg, I can't kill myself. We've won 5 in the
Exactly.
last 6. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
why would I be killing myself because we're having a bad season? Like, let's just have an off season. Next year we go again.
Bro, that's exactly what is going on. They are literally, that's what I'm saying, they're tanking on purpose. Not like on purpose, but they are putting in a fight, but they're not putting in like their all. It's like, if you can catch this ball, man, let me just slide with like 20% effort. I don't want to injure myself. Next season that we're going to go on our proper charge. Let me be ready for that. You get that's the kind of energy I see from these players. So I
Yeah.
don't even the manager, I don't even see him. Like there's times where they are losing, and he's not even going through some desperate substitution. He will just bring on one
Yes,
teenager and
he's
just
just,
finish
yeah. I
his
think
game.
I think he's tired. And the truth of the matter is, I think if Pep hadn't just recently signed a contract, which I think was such a bad move, um, I I genuinely feel he would have resigned. Right? Like, I don't know if you remember when he took his sabbatical with
Yeah.
Barcelona that year after Chelsea. You know, where
You see,
after they killed Chelsea literally, and somehow Chelsea still came out of that tie. I feel like for him that was just like, bro, I can't do this shit, man. Like
so
I'm out. I feel like
with
similar thing would have happened if he didn't sign that extension.
and I agree, but obviously, you know, he won't. His Pep is very smart. He has a reason for signing that extension. So what may I feel in all these things is I don't think there's it's like you go to a candy store every day. There's some points where you go to the store and you're just like, man, I don't even want to buy anything here. I'm good with everything here. I've eaten everything here before multiple times. I'll just walk around and just sightsee and go home. Later when I'm hungry and I've missed this candy for a while, I'll come back, and that's how I feel like they are. They've won the Premier League. They've won Premier League 4 times in a row. And out of those four, they've won. Is it 6 in 7?
Yeah, they won 6 and 7.
Then they've won the Champions League. They've won all
Yeah,
the Capital One. They've won all of them now. They've won that one well, that EFL. They've won the Shield. They've won FA Cup. It's like they've won
yeah,
so
they're
many
tired. Yeah,
recently. It's like, what are you going to dangle in front of them again that will
yeah,
make
yeah,
them charge up again? You see, this another. It's a good thing. It reminds me of NBA. What's that thing called now? All-Star game. It's like
hmm
there's no reason to be killing yourself for it, right? That's what the
yeah,
players feel. So now they're
yeah,
dangling money in front of them. Okay, we give
yeah.
you guys 500K, we give you guys 1 million, and then it gives them some small governation.
Motivation.
That's how I
Yeah,
feel like it's going on Man City. Like most of the players that are in the team right now, they are good. They've all won something heavy. Some of them even have FIFA best and Ballon d'Or. So what I guess even show them that will make them So it is what it is. You can't really like fault them in any way. You can't even fault Guardiola. He has won so many Champions League, so many
yeah,
Premier
yeah.
Leagues. You can't really do anything in front of them. So at the end of the day, they warrant this their rest. Like they
Yeah, they
deserve
do.
this 1 year rest. So
I
it is what
completely
it
think
is.
like I genuinely feel that way too. Where like City they've dominated the league so much. Where you know if they're having such a bad season, then they're having it. Like and no one can really say much. But I think the one thing where they should be careful of is like falling out
Relegating
of Champions. No, not relegating.
out of
Falling out
Champions
of
League,
Champions League, right?
it's
Because I feel
fine.
like I don't think that is because I don't think that's a good look. Where
Just
like
one
okay
year.
you can't you can't completely fall out of Champions League. My thing though is me personally, I feel the biggest thing, outside of say you saying maybe they're just not motivated anymore, is I think they also have an aging squad. Right? I feel they have
Yeah.
they have a squad that has won them everything and these guys are just tired at this point. And I don't think they've done a good job at you know at the additions to the team. So like they've had like Doku, Savinho, you know,
Which are just
Nunes,
like fixes. They're not really
yeah,
like
so
changes.
just
They're
like
just fixing
because
someone.
I feel like now when your team is going through a run like this, what typically sparks things back up is you inserting a player into the starting lineup that has the potential to be the best player on the pitch, and that person sort of drives the team, right? Because now you have a player who's not been at the core of any of the winnings. So they are hungry because, more, yeah, you guys have been successful all these years, but I was not a part of that success and I want my own success too, right? So, like, those are the players where I feel like they needed like 3 key pieces or 3 key players like that. But then they bought players where, again, all those names I just mentioned. I don't see those guys bringing the spark for Man City, and now you just have guys like Gundogan that his legs are tired. You have Walker, his legs are tired. You get what I'm saying? Like you have Grealish doing absolutely nothing. You have KDB's legs too are tired. Like so, just like a bunch of players in the lineup where you can't look to anyone and be like, "Oh my, this guy is hungry." Do you get what I'm saying? Like this guy is bringing that fire and desire that this team needs right now. There's none,
Yeah.
right?
And
And you can't when transfer window comes, it's also very hard for them to just go and say you're going to buy say 3, 4, 5 players
that's
to
another
bring
thing. They
that
can't even buy because they are still going to
to
clear their
dealing
books
with.
with
Yeah,
this thing. So they're trying to build, right? And that is what this season is about. To build players like Luis. What's that guy's name again?
yeah, I know the guy you're talking about. I've forgotten his
Lewis,
name
I've
too.
forgotten
Yeah,
his other
Lewis
name, but
something. Yeah,
yeah, and all those other young players that he's been trying just to give them that confidence and give them that
yeah,
boost. Maybe they can be enough to like replace and fixing those. I understand what's going on. It's just like
yeah,
Raptors now. They're going through.
yeah.
They call it a building phase, right? So
But my
it is what it is.
my only problem with tagging it
We've
build.
not seen it in football in a while, but we are seeing it and we are confused. That's what's going
No,
on.
but not really though, because Andrew, like, is it really building if it's 80% of the players you've won with, and the so-called players you're building with, or the new blood that you're building with, are barely there, Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, all this Lewis and Co that we're calling, those guys, they're not building around any of those guys. Those guys
Yeah,
are
no.
just getting minutes. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, is it really building? Like, I feel like what Chelsea has done the last 2-3 years, you can say is building because it's just a bunch of new players. Like, they phased out. You look at
Yeah,
our
but
squad three years
they can't do
ago.
that now. They
They've,
don't have
I
the
know, I
funds.
know, I know, no, no, I know, but I'm saying like in terms of like building, like my only hesitation to calling it building is like in most projects that you say as building, is something new, is new players, is new manager, like
Oh
there's
no, this is
something new.
no. We're witnessing the tearing down. This is the tearing down. The
Oh, okay,
building would,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
these people are just part of the tearing down process because they need players to play at the end of the days.
Yeah,
So they
yeah,
need to
okay,
tear
fair
it
enough.
down first, and then maybe from next couple seasons we'll start seeing the people that are coming in, the
Yeah,
new
okay,
recruits.
okay, okay. Then
How am I
that
was
that
supposed to be part
that
of this
makes
team now?
that makes sense, Sha, because at the end of the
Yeah,
day, like 3 years from now, I don't see KDB still being on this team. I
no.
don't see
Walker
I don't
is
see I don't
players that
see
are living
Donovan. I don't see
next
Walker.
season
Do you
are
get what I'm saying? Like
alone.
exactly.
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah,
so to your point, I feel like this is the season where they come to the realization of yeah, we won so much with these guys, but it's time to go. Like
yeah.
it's time for these
Like
guys
it
to
can't be
go.
there forever.
Exactly. Like guys like Haaland, Haaland is one of those players that you can look at and say,
That
okay,
they'll
this
build
guy is still
around.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's still here. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But yeah, like and one thing about the Premier League, man, any team, even if Ipswich, man, if they smell blood, bro,
The way they
they're
play,
coming. Yeah,
everybody
bro, they don't,
yo,
they don't play,
one of the
bro.
most
Premier
valuable
League,
things in sports is 3 points in Premier League. One of the most valuable things in sports is a
they
three
don't
points in the
play,
Premier League.
man. And
So
the thing about that is like I've seen Chelsea so bad, of recent, right? And as bad as we've been, I've still watched all our games. And if there's one thing I tell you, teams have confidence when they see you're not at your best. Like
yeah.
they forget who you are. They don't care your history. They don't care if your last season was mad. Nothing, bro. They just say, these guys have lost 3 in a row. Yeah, it's not us it stops with. Do you get what I'm saying? Like everyone that has
Yeah.
jammed Man City in the last 10
Collecting
games.
their number.
You get what I'm saying? Like it's only not I think it's only Nottingham Forest that came and were like, still folded. But guy, everyone else has gone. I said, like, I'm living here with something, bro. Like, you guys are too bad
Yeah,
for
because
me to
you
for me
never know
to
when
lose.
Man City will start taking this thing seriously. And what if
Exactly.
you've not collected your own 3 points? They will now flog you.
Exactly.
So just collect
Exactly.
it now when things are sweet. Because you never
Yeah.
know when they will switch up.
You never know, man. But anyways, concluding on City, I think for them to have a a respectable season, that would not taint anyone, which again I feel is almost impossible just because of how much they've won already. I think they will need to sign 1 or 2 players in January that can bring some level of stability. And I think their midfield is probably one of the most important positions. I think right now they're just getting overrun in midfield. Like they don't have the legs. They don't have the legs there. They don't have anyone there that can control the game. They just got Kovacic back, which would help. But again, I feel like Rodri offered them so much. And I don't really think it's a Rodri thing. Rodri is important, don't get me wrong. But it's like Rodri brings so many things where you're not replacing on the pitch, right? And you can lose an important player and not look this bad. So again, I don't think it's just a Rodri thing. They've just done a poor job at, kind of managing everything he brings to the table for them. So I genuinely think they need to sign 1 or 2 players in January transfer window. If they don't, I think they're just going to have a roller coaster type of season, unless those players rediscover their hunger or love for the game, which is not impossible. But to everything we've said, they've won so much, man. It's hard for you to just wake up one day and just be like, bruh, I'm hungry again, right? But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it. So you guys let us know what you guys think of the title race, of Arsenal's chances with no Saka. If you think Chelsea are legit, if you think City's season is going to get worse, stay the same or get
If you
better.
think Liverpool will win everything like Champions League and Prem and every
Exactly,
other
because
cup
they're
of this
actually they're on
season,
fire. Because they're on fire in
yeah,
Champions League as well. They're on top of the
yeah,
table, right? So,
and
so
then
yeah,
the
let us know.
semi-finals for EFL. Yeah,
Carabao.
yeah.
For Carabao, yeah. So yeah, let us know what you guys think. And of course, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. Yeah, Andrew, anything on your end?
Nothing. Merry Christmas, guys. Happy New Year.
Merry
Like,
Christmas, Happy
share,
New Year,
subscribe.
guys.
Yeah, see you guys next year. Hopefully next year we have better content for you guys, more entertaining things, more giveaways, more blessings, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us know more of what you guys want to see as well. And yeah, peace, guys.